Okay, this is going to be an accelerated video as to how I set up Facebook lead generation for service-based businesses, including my agency, including our solar business where we spend $15,000 per week, including my client's ad account. So in Ads Manager, we start on the green create button. We're going to click on leads. We're going to click continue. We're going to scroll down. We're going to turn off campaign budget, make it an ad set budget. We're going to click on next. Next, we're going to select instant forms. If you have any questions about anything I'm clicking or not clicking here, feel free to ask below. I'll answer. We're going to make sure we're on the right page. We're going to leave all this here. We're going to set a daily budget. We're going to scroll down a little bit further until we see this. We're going to further limit the reach of our ads. We're going to switch setup, and this is going to give us the manual setup options. We're then going to target our geographical location. We're going to scroll down and change our age ranges subtly. We're also going to untick any of these user suggestion boxes, and I'll just check whether our geographical targeting has that box as well, because it shouldn't. No, it doesn't. We're not going to add in any interests here. We are going to go down to placement, show more settings. We're going to click this one. We're going to untick audience network, and that's the audience targeting complete. We're going to go next. We're going to untick multi-advertiser ads. We are going to create a form. I'm going to use rich creative form. We're going to go to the intro. We're going to upload an image that will sit about here. Side note, you can manipulate the color of your CTA buttons in your lead form based on the color of your pixels on the bottom 30% of this image. We're going to add a headline that's going to sit just on that image. We're going to add an overview here. We're also going to use this benefits section. Those benefits will live just below the overview here, which is really cool. We're going to add a how it works section. So I like to just add 3 steps. This part of the form is really important for increasing the intent and also letting people know exactly what happens next. Step 1, fill in the form so I know who to contact. Step 2, book an appointment on the next page. Step 3, 2 things will happen. A, we work together, or B, you'll get proven ads. Then we'll add a social proof section. What you want to do is get the text from Google reviews, Facebook reviews, any written reviews, and craft them in this ratio, 1200 by 803 pixels. I'm just using a random image for this demonstration. Key here in these 2 boxes is to swap what they want you to put here, and I'll show you why. Instead of putting the reviewer's name, I just take a high impact statement out of the review, and then I put the reviewer's name below that. So it shows up a lot more aesthetically pleasing. Next, we get into our questions. We'll add a multiple choice. So this is when we turn on conditional logic so that we can disqualify people who aren't a good fit. This is a very important step for those of you who are sick of getting leads that just are not a good fit for your business. So we switch that on. If someone was to answer no, I'm not a service-based business, choose the next step. We're going to close the form. So this disqualifies them. If they answer yes, they will go to the next step. So we need to add another question. Now I know it seems like a good idea to ask a simple question like what is your budget, but you simply don't have enough goodwill or trust built with this audience to be asking that kind of question right now. So I would consider that type of question too much resistance to ask directly. So you need to think about a way that you can ask that question in an indirect manner. For example, if anyone's spending anywhere between 10 to 30K on Facebook ads in the last 3 months, that's more than enough budget for me to be able to jump in and help them. So running through the questions that I put in here, we've got our first disqualifying question up here. If they click no, this will disqualify them. If they click yes, we'll go click to next step, go to next question, question 2. And then when we get to your last question, you want to click E1 end page for leads. This will push them down to enter their contact details. Now the description is really important. Make this sound human. So after you enter your contact info below and submit, you can book a call with me on the next page. We also want to untick phone number. We don't want their phone number to be optional. We want it to be mandatory. And if it hasn't become obvious by now, specifically parts of this lead form makes it very clear what's about to happen next if they submit this lead form. For example, again, in the how it works section, it's very clear to the prospective customer what's about to happen next. And they're reminded of that again on the description when they put in their contact information. This sounds really obvious, but most people miss it because they're scared about deterring potential leads. And in fact, that's one of the big reasons why you get leads that enter in your lead forms. They don't even remember entering in your form. So the next step is entering in a privacy policy. So you grab your website, throw it in here. And now we're on the end pages. So you need to create an end page for non-leads. These are people who are disqualified. So I think this is a nice subtle way to say it. Change the button text and the link, and that's what it'll show up like. Next, we have to change the thank you page for leads who are qualified. Headline is very clear. Step 2, book a call. This stipulates that they're not finished yet. The description, tap the book call button to schedule our conversation. You'll change the call to action text to book call, and you'll put a link so they can schedule a call with you. Bonus tip, you can click this start conversations in Messenger, and what happens is by default it's turned on, and when they submit and become a lead, all the prospects information gets dropped into your Facebook Messenger on your Facebook business page, which is quite helpful. So it's another channel for you to be able to follow up with them if needed. So this is what my top performing lead form looks like. I've got a picture with a little quote at the top right hand corner. That's my headline here. I've got an overview, which is reinforcing my criteria, service-based businesses. I've got the how it works section, and then we've got our review section, which shows up really, really nicely. If you take away anything from this video, it's this rich creative lead form is working wonders and no one's using it. So now we've built our lead form, we've got to upload our ad. So we'll click on setup creative. We'll go video ad. If you haven't already, you'll upload your video ad here. I'm going to use my top performing ad, which is my 10 proven ad types ad. Skip and continue. Next. This is where we add our copy. Given that this is a Skillshare ad type, all of the context is in the video, so I keep my copy quite short. We'll scroll down. We don't want any Advantage Plus creative text generation. We'll drop in a headline. Book a call if you want to learn more. Again, we don't want any Advantage Plus, and we'll change our call to action to learn more. We click next. Really important, you turn off all creative enhancements. They're really not any good. So we'll select other active enhancements, deselect all of them, and then we'll go done. You can see how your ad shows up on the right hand side in different placements. So you've got feed placements. We scroll down, we can see how it shows up in Instagram Reels, which is a really good placement. Also make sure this website events box is ticked so you can get some pixel tracking happening, and we click publish, and that's your ad created.